Capricornus, listen closely. August 22nd is not just another day. It's a turning point in your destiny. The universe is sending you three powerful warnings right now. And if you make these deadly mistakes, you could block your blessings, lose opportunities, and even ruin the future you've been working so hard for. But here's the good news. Once you know what these mistakes are, you'll have the power to flip them into your biggest breakthroughs. Stay with me until the very end because the last mistake is the one almost every Capricorn makes, and avoiding it could change your entire life path starting today. Mistake number 1, ignoring the warning signs of change. Capricorn, August 22nd is not just another ordinary day on the calendar. It's what astrologers call a cosmic checkpoint. Think of it as the universe pressing pause on your life and asking, are you truly paying attention? Are you moving in the right direction? Or are you just repeating old patterns? The first deadly mistake that could ruin your future right now is ignoring the warning signs of change. Deep inside, you already feel it. For weeks, maybe even months, there's been a quiet whisper in your heart. A restlessness. A sense that something is off, even if you can't explain it. That gut feeling telling you it's time to move, to shift, to step in a new direction. But here's the challenge. Being the grounded earth sign that you are, you've convinced yourself that it's safer to keep things steady. You've told yourself not to rock the boat. You've pushed down your intuition with logic, routines, and responsibilities. But Capricorn, what if the universe is actually asking you to rock the boat? What if the chaos you're afraid of is the very wave that will carry you to your destiny? Here's the harsh truth. When you ignore the call to change, you end up clinging to an outdated version of yourself. That means staying stuck in jobs that drain you, relationships that no longer grow with you, or mindsets that were built for an old chapter of your life. It's like trying to reach a new destination with an expired map. You'll just keep going in circles, never reaching where you're meant to be. The universe, however, is always speaking. Right now, it's aligning you with opportunities, people, and breakthroughs, but only if you're willing to notice the signs. The subtle signs you're missing. Think about it. Have certain people suddenly appeared in your life? Individuals who feel strangely significant, even if you just met them? Have certain conversations been repeating themselves as if the world is echoing a message you need to hear? Have you been experiencing intuitive nudges? Those flashes of insight that come out of nowhere, but brushing them aside as random? Capricorn, those are not coincidences. They are cosmic signals. And if you keep dismissing them, you'll miss out on doors that were meant to open just for you. Why August 22nd matters so much? This date is astrologically powerful because of your ruling planet, Saturn. Saturn is the great teacher of the zodiac. It tests, it challenges, it restricts, but it also rewards discipline and courage. On August 22nd, Saturn is putting you through a test. It's not testing whether you can work harder or push longer. You've already proven that. It's testing whether you can adapt, release the old, and step into the unknown. Saturn punishes resistance to growth. If you ignore this call for change, you risk locking yourself into cycles that repeat for years. That's why this moment is so critical. How to avoid this mistake? So, what should you do? You don't need to blow up your entire life overnight. Start small. The first step is to stop silencing that inner voice. Instead of brushing away your intuition, sit with it. Journal it, explore it. Next, identify what feels heavy, forced, or draining. A toxic job? A friendship that no longer feels aligned? A belief that tells you you're not ready or not good enough? You already know the answer, Capricorn. The heaviness you feel is a sign of misalignment. The lightness you crave is a sign of truth. When you honor the signs of change, you align with your highest timeline. Suddenly, life feels less like an uphill battle and more like a guided path. The right people show up. The right opportunities fall into place. The coincidences increase because they're not coincidences at all. The lesson of mistake. Number 1, remember this. Life doesn't get easier by clinging to the old. It gets easier when you step into what you're meant for. The first deadly mistake is ignoring the call for change. But the first secret to success? Trusting that the universe is guiding you, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Capricorn, the message is simple. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop ignoring the whispers. Stop dismissing the nudges. The signs are all around you. On August 22nd, the universe is giving you a chance to pivot, to transform, and to finally break free of old cycles. The only real danger is pretending you don't see the signs. Mistake number 2, letting fear control your decisions. If ignoring the signs of change is the first mistake, then allowing fear to take the wheel of your life is the second. And Capricorn, this one is even more dangerous. You are a sign built on discipline, practicality, and resilience. People look at you and see someone strong, grounded, and unshakable. But beneath that armor, you've been carrying something silently for years, a deep fear of failure. And on August 22nd, this fear will either cripple you or become the very fuel that sets you free. The trap of fear. Here's the sneaky thing about fear. It disguises itself as safety. Fear convinces you that you're protecting yourself from loss, disappointment, or embarrassment. But in reality, fear is a jailer, locking you inside a cage where growth, expansion, and success can't reach you. Maybe you've been hesitating to launch that business idea you've secretly been dreaming about. Maybe you've been holding back from applying to that dream job because you're scared of rejection. Or maybe you've been keeping your feelings to yourself when it comes to someone who matters because fear whispers, what if they don't feel the same? Fear always asks, what if it doesn't work out? But here's the truth the universe wants you to hear. The real danger isn't failure, it's never trying at all. The cost of fear-based living. When fear controls your decisions, you end up building a life around avoidance instead of purpose. You say no to opportunities before they even knock on your door. You convince yourself to stay small, to stay comfortable, to stay safe. But comfort zones have a hidden cost. Over time, you don't just lose opportunities, you lose trust in yourself. You stop believing you're capable. You stop believing you're worthy. And this is why the second mistake is deadly. It keeps you trapped in a smaller version of your life, even though your soul was designed to live big. Capricorn, think about the times you let fear hold you back. Didn't a part of you always wonder, what if I had just tried? That regret stings far longer than the temporary pain of failure. The astrological push. Here's why this matters so much on August 22nd. Astrologically, this date activates your solar house of transformation. This is the universe's way of shining a spotlight on the areas of your life where you've been holding back out of fear. It's saying, this is where you need to step up. This is where you must be brave. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a green light. The very thing you're most afraid of right now is often tied directly to your destiny. The more resistance you feel, the more important that path probably is. Lessons from successful Capricorns. Think about the Capricorns you admire, whether in business, art, or leadership. Do you really believe they had no fear? Of course not. They felt the same anxiety, the same doubts, the same butterflies in their stomach that you feel. The only difference is that they acted anyway. Fear didn't vanish. It was transformed into courage. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They used fear as proof that the step they were about to take mattered. That same energy is available to you right now. How to flip fear into fuel. So how do you avoid this mistake? The next time you feel that knot in your stomach, don't retreat. Reframe it. Instead of saying, I'm afraid, tell yourself, this means I'm expanding. This means I'm stepping into something bigger than before. Fear is simply excitement without breath. When you breathe through it, you transform it into power. Start with one bold move on August 22nd. Send the application, make the call, share your truth, take the leap. Small or big, it doesn't matter. The universe will respond the moment you act in courage. The final reminder. Capricorn, don't let this day pass you by with regrets. If you choose comfort over courage, you'll be sealing your future in stagnation. But if you dare to face the unknown, you'll unlock levels of abundance, success, and love that you didn't even know were possible. This moment is not about being fearless. It's about being brave. Bravery isn't the absence of fear. Bravery is action in the presence of fear. And that's exactly what the universe is asking from you now. On August 22nd, you have a choice: cage or freedom, comfort or destiny, fear or faith. Which one will you choose? Mistake number 3, underestimating your own power. The third deadly mistake that could ruin your future, Capricorn, is perhaps the most subtle and yet the most dangerous: underestimating your own power. You've always been the sign of the mountain goat, the climber who keeps going when others give up, the one who doesn't stop until the summit is reached. Determination is your DNA. But lately, you've been forgetting just how strong you truly are. Instead of standing tall in your ability, you've been whispering stories of self-doubt. Maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe I'm not as talented as others. Maybe my time hasn't come. This kind of thinking is poison. If you allow it to linger, it will eat away at your destiny. Why? Because success doesn't only require hard work, it also requires belief. And when you underestimate yourself, you're essentially telling the universe, I don't believe I'm ready to receive the blessings you're preparing for me. Saturn's lesson: your power was forged in the fire. On August 22nd, the cosmic energy is placing a spotlight on your self-worth. Saturn, your ruling planet, is reminding you that every hardship you've endured, every delay you've faced, and every obstacle that's tested you wasn't designed to break you. It was designed to sharpen you. Think about it. You've walked through storms that would have crushed others. You've survived setbacks that looked impossible to recover from. And yet, here you are, still standing, still pushing, still moving forward. That's not weakness. That's undeniable proof of your power. So the mistake isn't that you're powerless. The mistake is that you've been telling yourself you're ordinary when the truth is you're extraordinary. The cost of playing small, Capricorn: here's the danger. When you underestimate yourself, you don't just block your own blessings, you also rob the world of the light only you can bring. The universe doesn't give you dreams unless you already have the ability to fulfill them. The very fact that you can imagine a vision for your life is evidence that you're capable of living it. But if you keep underestimating yourself, you'll walk away from opportunities that were tailor-made for you. You'll say no to the stage where you're supposed to shine. You'll pass on the love that was meant for you. You'll delay the financial breakthroughs that were aligned with your path. And over time, the more you play small, the more the universe will respond by only giving you small. Because here's the cosmic law: energy attracts its match. If you believe you're only worth crumbs, the universe will give you crumbs. But the moment you declare, I deserve the feast, the doors to abundance swing open. How to reclaim your power. So how do you avoid this deadly mistake? You start by changing the story you tell yourself. Replace I can't with I'm learning. Replace I'm not ready with I'm becoming. Replace I'm not enough with I am exactly what the universe designed me to be. Do you feel how different those statements sound? They shift your energy immediately. And that's the key. When your inner dialogue changes, your outer reality follows. On August 22nd, treat this day like a cosmic reset button. Anytime self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself, if I wasn't capable, the universe wouldn't even have placed this dream in my heart. From power to purpose, Capricorn, remember, this isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. Arrogance is rooted in insecurity. But true confidence? That's rooted in self-awareness. When you step into your power, you're not just creating a better life for yourself. You're giving permission for others to rise too. Your courage inspires. Your success motivates. Your leadership opens doors for those who are watching you quietly from the sidelines, waiting for someone to show them what's possible. That's the ripple effect of your energy. So when you underestimate yourself, you're not just letting yourself down, you're dimming a light that was meant to guide others too. The final message of mistake number 3. Capricorn, this is your season to rise higher than you've ever imagined. The energy of August 22nd is here to remind you that you are stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you've been giving yourself credit for. The question is not, do I have power? The question is, am I willing to own it? You are the mountain goat. You were designed to climb, to rise, to conquer. You've proven it time and time again. So why stop believing in yourself now? The only question that remains is this: will you finally claim your power, or will you keep handing it away? Capricorn, don't underestimate yourself anymore. This is your call to rise. Capricorn, if you've made it this far, it means deep down you know this message was meant for you. The universe doesn't bring you here by accident. This was a sign, a reminder, and maybe even a warning that your destiny is too important to be left in the hands of mistakes. Think about it. How many times have you felt like life was testing you? How many times did you wonder if you were on the right path? August 22nd is one of those days where the smallest choice can shift everything. And today, you've already taken the first step by choosing awareness. By knowing what not to do, you've already positioned yourself to create a future filled with success, abundance, and breakthroughs. But here's the real truth. Knowledge only becomes powerful when you use it. Don't just nod along and then forget this message the moment you close the video. Write it down. Reflect on it tonight. Think about how these 3 deadly mistakes might already be creeping into your life and how you can prevent them from taking root. Because your future isn't just waiting, it's calling. Now, if this video resonated with you, if you felt those chills, those goosebumps, or that pull in your heart that said, yes, this is for me, then let me ask you for one thing. Drop a comment below, share with me the mistake you know you need to let go of, or even just type, I claim my destiny. Why? Because when you declare it out loud, you set the energy in motion. And trust me, other Capricorns reading your comment will feel inspired too. And don't forget to hit that like button. It helps more Capricorns like you find this powerful message. Subscribe if you haven't already, because what's coming next will prepare you for even greater transformations. And I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Capricorn, your journey doesn't end here, it's only beginning. August 22nd is your wake-up call, your chance to rise above the noise, avoid the traps, and walk into the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. The universe is watching, the choice is yours. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay focused, and remember, your destiny is bigger than your fears.